Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of The Truth About Social Ads. Super excited for today's episode. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. So what I want to do in today's episode is discuss how Meta or Facebook and Instagram, well, Facebook owns Instagram. So when you place ads on Facebook, if you have the all placements um, set up, then it'll run on Instagram as well. And it's funny because they are changing the way that, well, it's not funny. They're changing the way that the AI looks at your ads and the way it serves your ads in the auction and to people's feeds. So, wanted to talk a little bit about that today. It'll be pretty short episode today, but I still think it's super important for people to start understanding, especially if you're running your own ads as a business owner or another agency, that this is a huge change that's happening, and it's been happening over the last, I would say, 6 months or so. So a few months ago, we went to a private training in Los Angeles, and where we got invited to Facebook with a few other agencies, kind of like the top 1% agencies in Facebook and our partnership with them. And one of the biggest sections that they touched on was how the AI is looking at your ads and how they're changing the AI to look at your ads to serve them. So in the past, what we used to do is um, we used to set up ads, pretty big, robust campaigns, sometimes, 50, 60, 100 ads inside of a campaign, which you can kind of no longer do that. And then what we would do is we would take like a headline on a version of copy and change it and do different things, right? With headlines and stuff. So, uh, and we would do that with 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 versions of copy. We would also tweak just a little something small in the image, maybe a little bit of the text or something like that, to test different things to see what people were really um, clicking on and what was converting. Well, we were told at Facebook when we were there that what they're doing is they're changing the AI and developing some AI so that it will now it's no longer going to recognize the small changes in ads. So the way we used to do things, like I said a minute ago, is changing little things, right? Doing little versions, little changes, and testing a bunch of different things. Well, now what the AI is going to do is if you don't change your ad drastically, so in other words, you can no longer change a hook in copy. You can no longer change little tiny things in images or videos. We used to do that as well. We used to, you know, change the intro or the outro of the video, stuff like that, but the video kind of remained the same to see what people were clicking on and see what worked better. But you can't really do that anymore. Really, what's happening now is when you're testing different ads, they have to be completely different. So if you're testing 4 or 5 versions of copy, each one of those ad copies need to be separate and need to be different. So you can no longer just change the hook in an ad. So I found that pretty interesting because that we had to kind of change our strategy a bit in how we look at ads and how we now run ads. Um, so our copywriter kind of went back to the drawing board, and our graphic designer and our video editor, and we all sat down and said, okay, we've got to figure out a different way to test, and not that it's a different way of testing, but we can no longer change little things. It has to be drastic changes in the ads that we're doing. So now what we do is we'll create 4 or 5 different images, edit 4 or 5 different videos completely. And if we're doing the same video, we may put a completely different color palette to the video, stuff like that to make it different. Because what happens is the AI recognizes that as the same ad. Let's say you have 20 ads inside of a campaign or an ad set, um, and you turn on a few variations of the ad, but if it's not drastically different, then the AI is going to look at it, and you're not going to get as much love in the auction and in people's news feeds. Again, short episode today. I don't think I need to go too far deep into this. If you want more information on this, please reach out. We do have some slides directly from Facebook that we can share. and that we were told we could share with other people. Um, but the moral of the story is think outside the box with your ads, test completely different versions of the ad. Now, what you can do is you can test like this. You can test, if let's say if you have 5 versions of copy, you could test copy one with the same image. Like say you have 5 images that you're testing, you can test this copy one with image one, copy two with image one, copy three with image one, right? So you can test because the AI is recognizing that as a completely different ad because the ad copy is, you know, different, right? And you can say some of the same things in the copy, things like that, but the length of the copy, the content that you're writing inside of the copy needs to be different in what you're testing, or else your ads are not going to do well. I hear it all the time. Oh, Facebook's not working as well as it used to, and all that good stuff. But that's not true. Actually, Facebook works super well. We have clients that are still 10xing. They were 10xing before. They were 10xing while the iOS update was going on, and well after and into the iOS update. So if you have any questions on this, please reach out, Jason at spotlightsocialllc.com, or you can always book a call with me at spotlightsocialadvertising.com. Go to our contact page, and we could chat about it, or shoot me an email, whatever. But yeah, super crazy changes that are going on in Facebook. We'll have some more updates. We'll be going to some more training here in a few months. We're also going to be going to the Google headquarters with a partner agency of ours, so I'll share a little bit about that. We do Google ads on a very small scale, so I may share a few things about how we're doing there. I'll probably also have Brett and Chris Brewer on the show as well from OMG Commerce. They're super good friends of mine, and we partner pretty closely. But yeah, so moral of the story is do not do the same thing over and over again with your ads. Test different versions of copy, different versions of images. Make sure if you have 5 images, they're different. Make sure if you have 5 videos, they're different. And make sure if you have 5 versions of copy, they're different versions of copy. It's a little more challenging, but it's good. I think it's a good change. I think there's going to be more and more agencies that don't know what they're doing that are going to be pushed out and getting really bad results. So again, any questions, please let us know. Happy to help. All right, we'll talk soon. Thank you.